Once again, the Los Angeles Clippers have entered the playoffs uncertain about a player's health. And once again, the Clippers enter the NBA playoffs intrigued about their depth. Obviously, it's a tale of two tapes, and whichever broader theme prevails, that dictates which way this team is going to go. Will Paul George miss significant time when they begin their first round matchup against the Suns? Or can the Clippers, can they offset that possibility by relying on another star in Kawhi Leonard and the rest of the stars around the team in Terrence Mann, Norman Powell, Mason Plumlee, Zubac, Russell Westbrook, Bones Highland, guys like that? And another question, will any of this matter because they're playing KD, Devin Booker, and a proven floor general in Chris Paul? Or will attrition and injuries affect the Suns and cause them to lose and be upset in the first round to the Clippers? Now, I think if the Clippers can come out of the first round beating the Phoenix Suns, they have an amazing shot to get to the NBA Finals, especially if they can keep their health intact. It pains me to say this because y'all already know I'm on the other side of the fence when it comes to LA teams, but we got to give credit where credit is due. This team is built very well. Their offense is built for playoff success, and they're just a team that is full of successful players that know how to get the job done, especially led by Kawhi Leonard. Now, obviously, this does not mark the first time the Clippers enter the postseason filled with both optimism and dread. When Paul George and Kawhi first teamed up back in 2019, the Clippers thought they were championship bound, only to lose their first round series to Denver after being up 3-1. They struggled with on-court chemistry due to limited practice time and trying to adapt to the NBA campus bubble during the pandemic. Now, after replacing that fraud of a coach Doc Rivers with Ty Lue the following season as head coach, the Clippers have advanced to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in franchise history. But what made this milestone feel flat is the fact that Kawhi Leonard tore his ACL in his right knee, and he would be sidelined for the entire year after as well. Now, obviously, the Clippers stayed competitive last season without Kawhi, but they lost their final play-in game versus New Orleans, partly because PG tested positive for COVID. Now, as for this season, is this the time? The Clippers have been encouraged with Paul George's progress since missing the last 9 regular season games with a sprained knee. Nonetheless, the Clippers do not have a timetable for his return, which it could be potentially harmful or it could be harmless. No doubt, the Clippers don't feel fully comfortable entering a playoff series against Phoenix without PG. Not only could he help with scoring and matching the Suns' prolific offense, he's also a great defender, and he would more than likely help Kawhi when it comes to guarding Kevin Durant. It goes without saying, having PG there in the lineup, it helps their matchups more with guarding Devin Booker and KD. They're one of the few teams in the West that have the two guys that can match up with those two scorers very well, both on offense and defense. Now, lately, Kawhi Leonard, he's become both dominant and available. In the past 4 games, he's averaged 40 points on 50% shooting, 9.5 rebounds, and 4.5 assists. Obviously, expect his workload to increase with the playoffs coming up, and I'm gonna be real, the Suns do not have a legitimate defender anymore because they traded them away when they got KD to slow down Kawhi. And Kawhi is one of the few guys in the league that has the strength, skills, and stamina to be the primary defender on KD and do a great job while he's battling on the offensive end as well. Now, obviously, the Clippers didn't really exactly envision Russell Westbrook having a primary role, but they pretty much got to this inevitable road with Paul George being out. Now, this helps him because he's a guy that will play 100% all game, and he's going to go at each and every guys on the Suns. Unlike Russ's time with the Lakers, he plays with a team filled with dependable shooters and wing defenders. Beyond Kawhi, the Clippers don't have definite go-to scorers, but the Clippers could offer a combination of Nick Batum, Terrence Mann, Norman Powell, and Eric Gordon for secondary scoring. As of lately, Norman Powell has been on a tear. He went crazy against the Lakers, and in the season finale, he had another 30-piece in that game as well. Beyond Kawhi, the Clippers don't really have defensive stoppers, but they do have plenty of options on the wing with Batum, Mann, and Gordon. And at the rim, they have Zubac and Mason Plumlee, which are two guys that I do think will wear down DeAndre Ayton. We've already seen in the past, if you get DeAndre Ayton out of it early, you play some physical ball on him, he's gonna shrink and not play to his fullest capabilities. That's the primary reason why the Suns weren't looking to extend him with the Supermax deal. Now, of course, the series would dramatically change if one of the Suns' core players suffers yet another injury, because they have battled injuries all year. But the Suns have fully rested their players recently, and it appears unlikely to experience attrition this early in the playoffs. In the Clippers' case, George, he could return just as other teams are wearing down. As much as the Clippers have questions about their own durability, so do Golden State, so do the Lakers, so do other teams in the West. Who's to say the Clippers don't appear fresher as playoff progresses? But then again, as history's shown us, who's to say the Clippers won't experience more turbulence? Should the Clippers fail to win the NBA championship, let alone lose in the first round, organizationally, they're gonna be disappointed. It doesn't matter who you're playing against. They probably have the toughest first round draw, but it is what it is. That's what you got. Obviously, Clippers owner Steve Ballmer has invested in expensive payroll to make this team come together, and they had already hoped to have at least 1 or 2 titles by now. Now, the Clippers, I don't really think they view this season as championship or bust. They remain patient and invested in Kawhi and PG. Despite the uncertainty their stars convey about their health, the Clippers have found them productive in their prime years, and they could create new problems with breaking up that duo just because of imperfect results. All of this, it brings the Clippers back to the familiar setting entering the postseason. As they strive to field a fully healthy roster for once, the Clippers will find out once again if they truly have enough depth to compete against the other league's title contenders. As I stated before earlier in the video, I think that if the Clippers can come out of this first round, they probably have the best chance to really make it to the finals, because as we all know, the Suns, though they're a 4 seed, they are a very, very tough team, especially to have in the first round. Obviously, if they had KD early in the season, they would more than likely be the #1 seed, but they did not have him. They got him at the trade deadline, and since he's played, they haven't lost a game. Now, obviously, they haven't played a team that was A, fully healthy, or B, just a good team in general, but the stats still there. They haven't lost a game with him on the floor. Now, personally, because of my Lakers fandom, I honestly don't know who I want to win this series. I go back and forth with it every day. One day I say the Suns, one day I say the Clippers, but then I realize I hate both teams equally, so I hope both teams find a way to get to 7 games, be worn out, and then whoever comes out the series, they lose in the second round. But that's all I got for you guys in this video. Obviously, I think the Clippers are a very good team. They can make it to the finals. Hopefully they don't. But until next time, it is your boy TB with the greatest hoop stories and debates on the tube. And as always, I appreciate you guys for watching. Until next time, I am out. Peace.